Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So in this occasions I will explain about mosquitoes' larval habitats. So for the introductions, we know that mosquito-borne diseases are becoming a serious global burden, and the knowledge of mosquito ecology and larval habitats is very important for the mosquito control strategies. And mosquito larvae are purely aquatic, which is grow in the water, and the type of which is more or less specific into each species. Several landscape components such as land cover, vegetation characteristic, hydrologic networks, and human and animal population may determine the presence of abundance of larvae. We can see in the pictures the mosquito life cycle that consists of 4 stages from eggs, larva, pupa, and adult mosquito. So because we will discuss more about the larval habitat, so we will look it for the difference between the anopheline and coelocine larva. So we can see in the pictures that the anopheline larvae are their position are their rest position are parallel in the water surfaces, while the coelocine mosquito the rest positions are at an angle to the water surfaces. We can look at the pictures that anophelines in line with the water, while the coelocine, which is Culex and Aedes, they rest by making an angle to the water surface. Okay, so the next is the difference between the 4 most common mosquitoes that can cause the disease. So the first Aedes, that mostly known as the factor of dengue, the larvae are swim freely in the water. So they are very active in the water, they swim freely, and they often found in the puddles in certain places, such as drums, tanks, jars, used cans, and tree midrifts. And then, as I said before, when resting, it forms an angle to the surface of the water. And then the second is Anopheles. They are swim freely in the water too, but they are found in the water that are not too dirty, such as swamps, rice fields, and fields. And when resting, they are parallel with the surface of the water. And for Mansonia, the larvae are attached to the roots of aquatic plants. They are often found in the puddles with certain plants, such as the pistia and also water hyacinths. And when resting, they are still attached to the roots of the aquatic plants. And how about the culex? They are swim freely in the water and often found in the puddles that are dirty, such as sewer and trench. And when resting, they also forms an angle to the surface of the water. This is the pictures of the larva and the adult mosquito of Anopheles, Aedes, Culex, and Mansonia. Okay, so how we can difference the mosquito larvae based on their habitats? So mostly we can divide it into 2 basic types of mosquito. The first is standing water mosquitoes and then floodwater mosquitoes. The standing water mosquitoes are you can differentiate between the natural and artificial sites. So the mosquito will deposit their eggs either singly or in rest on the surface of permanent or transient pools of the standing water, while the floodwater mosquitoes there will deposit their eggs out of the water, but in the locations subject to periodic flooding, such as the damp soil in the depression or inside the tree holes, crab holes, and artificial containers. So the first standing water mosquitoes, we can divide it into permanent water group or transient water group. The permanent water groups usually are the freshwater marshes, lakes, ponds, and seepage areas, springs, and swamps. So the mosquitoes that are found mostly in this area are Anopheles, Culex, and Mansonia, also found in this area. Transient water group are salt or brackish water ditches, burrow pits and canals, freshwater drainage ditch, and mostly the mosquitoes that are found in this area are Culex. And how about the floodwater mosquitoes? The floodwater mosquitoes can divide into floodwater groups and artificial containers. So the floodwater groups usually are the mangrove swamp, salt, marsh, rain, and floodwater ponds. And for the artificial containers, because deforestation breeds in human-created situations, such as in human dwellings, tin cans, fish pools, cisterns, rain barrels, gutters, and old tires. The mosquito that's found in this area, such as Aedes aegypti. So how can we characterize and classify the mosquitoes? So when we conduct the research, we can classify or characterize mosquitoes or habitats based on the distance to the nearest house, and the stability, it is temporary or permanent habitats, the presence of vegetations, the water flow, which is stagnant water or with movement, and then water clarity, it is clear or turbid, and then the use, such as it is used as the drainage or the swimming pool, and etc. Okay, so this is the example of the sites or habitats of the mosquitoes. The first is excavation site or a hole that made by removing material. Fish ponds, it is a pond or artificial lake that is used for fish farming. And also lagoon, it is a body of fresh water of considerable size. It is surrounded by the land. And stream, a body of water flowing in a channel as a brook. Puddle, a small pool of water as a rainwater on the ground, and the ditch, or a long narrow channel dug in the ground, such as for drainage and irrigation, or trench. So that's all my presentations about the larval mosquitoes habitats. Hopefully it can helpful. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.